You know, they say that social media has been one of the worst things to happen to modern culture since the Kardashians were spawned into existence, but I tend to disagree. The truth is that it's actually one of the worst things to happen to the cult of celebrity, exposing more stupidity, nuclear level bad takes, and causing more goofy meltdowns than any other form of media in human history. Case in point, Cynthia Erivo, star of the upcoming live-action adaptation of Wicked, who for some reason picked the most bizarre of all hills to die on a couple of days ago, kicked off a social media firestorm, and as a result is now in hot competition with Rachel Zegler and Amanda Stenberg to be crowned the most whiny, entitled, and unlikable actress of 2024. Damn, talk about a strong playing field. Now, right off the bat, I want to make it clear that I've got no particularly strong feelings about Wicked as a movie project. Believe it or not, I actually went and saw the stage show in London a few years ago, and I thought it was pretty good.
Gay!
I mean, it's not exactly my usual media diet, but out of all the things that you can be guilted into seeing with your girlfriend, well, there's worse stuff out there. Believe that. And I can't say I was surprised when Universal picked up the film rights because let's be honest, Wicked was practically the inspiration for the modern trend of redefining irredeemably evil female villains into cool, relatable, misunderstood anti-heroes who are usually pushed unwillingly down a villainous path by a far more evil white guy. Sorry Disney, but it doesn't matter how many layers of punky, rebellious, tough chick makeup you slather onto her, you're never ever gonna get me to identify with a woman who wants to murder puppies so she can turn them into designer handbags. Anyway, I digress. So Wicked was all teed up and ready to go, with its premiere barely a month away, and as far as I could tell, the atmosphere around the movie seemed to be pretty positive. The trailers were well received, there was no major controversies around the production, and none of the cast had said or done anything particularly retarded, unlike other movies we could name. But that was all about to change. The problems began on October 16th when a Twitter user revealed a fan edit of the movie poster with star Cynthia Erivo's face partially hidden by the shadows of her witch's hat, just like the original stage show poster. And as I'm about to demonstrate to you, they had a pretty good reason to do it. The intention was to recapture the intriguing mixture of dark, mysterious danger, knowing sardonic humour, and subtle sensuality of the stage version, because believe it or not, a lot of thought actually went into that poster, and it's really fucking good at what it does. The ironic smirk suggests a protagonist who knows things the audience and other characters don't, who may have sinister intentions in mind, or just views the world around her with the nonchalant amusement of someone who knows exactly who she is and what she wants to become, way before anyone else has figured it out. The bright red lips create a striking visual contrast with the green skin, and suggest the understated sexuality of women's lipstick, evoking images of the dangerous but alluring femme fatale archetype that's been a staple of fiction for centuries now. Lastly, there's the eyes, which are hidden, and for very good reasons, so pay attention to this one, 007. The eyes, as they say, are a window to the soul. They can tell you a great deal about what a person's really feeling, and making direct eye contact with someone is a show of trust and confidence, because you're opening yourself up to them, you're inviting them in, and showing them that you've got nothing to hide. But when you look in a person's eyes and they don't match their facial expression, you notice it right away because your brain's trying to warn you that they might be trying to deceive you. Ever heard the old saying of the smile that doesn't quite reach the eyes? Well, there you go. But if you remove the eyes altogether from an image, it takes away our biggest insight into a person's true motivations and intentions. Now they're no longer open, trusting and honest. They're mysterious, closed off and enigmatic. They could be thinking anything and you wouldn't really know it because you can't see. We don't see her eyes in the poster, so we don't know who she really is, and whether the look in them matches the smile that we see. The overall effect is to create a subtle but very important sense of ambiguity and mystery. This is a character we're not meant to know yet, who could ultimately be good or evil, and seems to enjoy the mystery of keeping her true nature hidden from us. She's in on the joke already because she knows where all this is leading, and she wants you, the audience, to go on that journey with her, and maybe learn a few things that you didn't expect along the way. Like I say, it's very smart, making use of simple and striking imagery to convey complex ideas, and subtly encouraging the audience to find out more. Then there's the movie poster, which abandons was all of that carefully constructed mystery, ambiguity, and compellingly complex mix of femme fatale sensuality and dark, moody aloofness, and instead just has the protagonist staring blankly at the audience like she's vaguely confused by what's being whispered in her ear. The knowing, mysterious smile with the bright red lipstick is gone, replaced by a straight, nonplussed expression that means nothing at all. The eyes, the facial expression, the use of light and shadow, and the monotone green face convey nothing of interest to the audience. She's just a non-entity, staring gormlessly straight at the camera, with nothing to say and no secrets to reveal. Now, these little facts of artistic design were probably well known to the person who made the fan edit, which is why the image quickly went viral amongst Wicked fans, and eventually came to the attention of Cynthia herself. Now, this is one of those little forks in the road that life sometimes presents us with. A choice about how to react to a given situation, and that choice can have pretty big repercussions further down the roads. On the one hand, she could have chosen the safe option and said nothing at all, because why bother, really? It's just an image that someone made. It doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't affect how people feel about the movie in general. And as an actor, you're not obliged to react to every image or piece of fanfiction that crops up online. It's not your job. Or she could have chosen the gracious option, which is to compliment the artist and say something blandly positive like, "Wow, this movie has the best fans ever. So creative. Can't wait to see you all at the theatre when it releases next month." That would have shown a magnanimous side to her and helped to promote the movie at the same time. Good job. Or there's the third option, which I like to call the 2016 election approach. Guess which one she chose.
This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting, equal to posing the question, is your green? None of this is funny, none of it is cute, it degrades me, it degrades us. The original poster is an illustration. I am a real-life human being who chose to look down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words we communicate with our eyes. Our poster is an homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me. And that is just deeply hurtful.
Really?
You know, it's actually kinda tough to watch public meltdowns like this because they're so completely unnecessary. It would be like starting a fight with someone because they said they like the shirt you're wearing. It really should go without saying that the golden rule with fan criticism is either not to respond to it at all, or be polite and professional and just wave it away without a care in the world, because the moment you let people know that they're getting to you by clapping back at them publicly is the same moment that you inspire hundreds of other people to do the same thing. It's a battle you're simply never going to win because you're outnumbered thousands to one. And in this case it's even worse because it's a battle that didn't need to be fought in the first place. The person who made the artwork was just an innocent fan sharing an idea, and if she'd ignored it, it probably would have fizzled out in a matter of days and nobody would have cared. Instead, she decided to declare war on someone who didn't deserve it, and it just made her look petty and insecure. And consider for a moment the language of her tweet, because this is important. I am a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera at you, the viewer. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me. Notice how many times she uses the words I and me. It's like she doesn't quite understand that she's just an actor playing a role, and the movie is about her character and not her as a person. No, this is my movie, my poster, my face, and what I choose to show you, the lowly viewer, and you will accept what I choose to give you without question.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
You know, this kind of main character syndrome is by no means unique to Hollywood actresses, but man, it's tough to think of any group that have embraced it quite as wholeheartedly as them. Before Cynthia, there was Amandla Stenberg. Before her, there was Rachel Zegler. Before her, there was Brie Larson. And before her, there was Jennifer Lawrence. All of them bought into their own hype just a little too much, allowed their egos to get just a little too big, started to believe that their work was above reproach, that their opinions were the only ones that mattered, that they would be the ones to punch back at the critics and silence the haters for goods. And well, where did it get them? Lawrence and Larson haven't headlined a major movie in years, Zegler's more toxic than a romantic weekend in Chernobyl, and as for Stenberg, well, at least she's got her music career to fall back on. And it seems like the same thing might well be happening to good old Cynthia right now. The backlash against her meltdown has been massive, souring what seems to be a mostly positive build-up for her movie, and it's almost certainly going to encourage more people to troll her on social media. And it's kinda sad because all of this could have been avoided if she just learned the one skill that every celebrity needs to learn on social media: the subtle art of shutting the fuck up. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.